You talked about having the articulating yourself, painting the right picture for people to trust you and whatnot. What are some of the things that people do that is instantly a no-no when it comes to asking for money?
Oh man, they just ask too quickly without understanding
I
the
was gonna say that. I'm
situation.
like, you have no like on LinkedIn. I always get these messages saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for doing this," or "Can you give me this?" I'm like, well, I don't even know you,
I
right?
don't
So,
know you, bro. Exactly, exactly. No, you gotta get to know them. So what I do is when I meet with everyone, I mean, I have like an internal clock questionnaire, or whatever, but it's basically just getting to know the individual and knowing where they're at. Because some people want to be active, right, and want to be more involved in the day to day. So they could be like a general partner, while others just could be a limited partner, right? So or others their return, right? So knowing that syndication is a long term play, right, to build generational wealth long term, but others want to make their money quicker, short term. So then maybe a fix and flip, or maybe a burr could be better for you, right? So you have to always interview candidly and be honest with everyone. Like, all right, what are your goals? Like, how fast do you want to make these returns? If it's shorter, then yeah, I could connect with folks that are more in that space. I don't do that stuff, but if you want to like be conservative long term, then yeah, syndication is the way to go, and let's chat about that. So yeah, it's all about knowing the individual's goals.
this also ties into the whole networking and building relationship stuff that you're so good at as well. And
Yeah,
lots of people treat networking as if they jump in and ask for something right away. Is there
exactly. Which I hate, which I coach about.
is is there a formula for you that you can go, hey, you don't ask for anything until X amount of touch points, or you gauge the person a certain way. Like, how do you build that relationship until it's comfortable for you to go, here's my ask?
Yeah, so at every event, this is not. I'm not talking out of context, right? So I always have a goal at every event. So a gala is different from a networking, or different from a conference. So I try to make sure that I have the nice elevator pitch, right? Or I understand what the goal is, right? So whatever is the pitch, and also a lot of people they forget about, and it's in my book, the Formea method, in my first book as well. So finding that commonality, right? It makes it a lot easier, right? Like behind me, I have what Prime and the Mets and wrestling. So if we chat, right, and if you say, hey, I like the Mets too, or wrestling, that's a commonality there, right? So I use the Formea method. Form is online. I added two letters to it. So family, occupation, recreation, motivation, education, and achievement. So as you guys both pitch, right? Right? And afterwards, there's always that dead space. You don't have to have dead space. If you think about that acronym, you could just say, "Hey, where are you from? Are you married? You have your kids?" Boom. You can always carry a conversation, and at the end, always say, "Hey, let's connect over Zoom or a virtual cup of coffee, and let's see how we could work together, right?" And then in that follow up meeting, depending on the goals on the individual, you can say, hey, you can chat with them. Hey, what are some of your goals? How can I help? Right. And then, at that time, you could say, hey, by the way, I have a couple of deals here. Would you like me to send you more information? Yes. All right. So take a look and then see what it makes sense. But again, it's all about asking the right question in that discovery call, right? You never want a one shot, one close deal. You always have to have the right questions, right? And I think what a lot of salespeople make a lot of mistakes, or people networking make a lot of mistakes, is they don't ask the right questions, right? So that once they get to the end, right, they have all these objections of price and all this, right? But if you would have had the perfect discovery call, or a great discovery call, that would have been and would not be an objection at that point, right? So yeah, so always add value. That's the second piece, right? A lot of people assume that, hey, can you give me 25 grand? No, it's a lot more than that. It's all about, okay, how can I help you, right? Whether it's monetary, whether it's introductions, whether it's anything for that matter, right? A lot of people come to me and say, hey, do you know an attorney? I'm not an attorney by trade, but I know I have figuratively, I don't have literally a Rolodex, right? But I do have, I have a lot of connections, and I could make those connections. So add value, servant leadership, and then listen to what they need.